Greetings and salutations, my dear audience. This is Joe St. Benedictus coming at you with this beautiful, beautiful red leather revised standard version. Have Privacy Banana out today to make sure that we keep the person's this used Bible private, but by Melton Publishers. Never heard of them, but you're going to find that the text block within this Bible is very much the same as a Nelson or a Cokesbury at the same time. But the thing about this wonderful Bible is this is the first red leather Revised Standard Version that I've ever owned and ever seen in person, and I just love it. I saw it at the used bookstore in the donation bin, grabbed it, but they hadn't priced it, so I did a short on it several weeks ago, or about a month ago, over a month ago, and finally got it priced out for $10, which is an amazing price, because they quoted it online at about $25, but they were willing to give it to 10. I'm used to paying $1 at the used bookstore, so $10 is still a great, great buy, and just totally happy about that. And just really love how this Bible feels, just the look, just a wonderful Bible. Also, it has the concordance, and something that this Bible has that I am not used to in a RSV, one that something that my RSVs do not have by Nelson or Cokesbury, and that is a section of study helps, which we'll get to now. You're going to see that the edges are not gilded. It's very basic in that respect. The leather is very stiff, as these old Bibles are. Some of the Cokesburys are not as stiff, but this one is, but it just feels so good. It's so beautiful, and Privacy Banana is doing his job of keeping the name on this Bible private. Now, it was given to a young lady or an old lady, I don't know what kind of lady, in 1971 in a Presbyterian church, First United Presbyterian Church in Indiana. So let's go through it. Paper down liner. Yeah, it's odd because this RSV is just such a nice cover. Yes, it's bonded leather. It's not like fancy calfskin or anything like that. But everything else is just not up to the quality of the cover. You have no gilding. You don't have any ribbons. It is sewn, so you do have that. And these red and yellowish head and tail bands. But other than that, nothing fancy. Paper paste down liner. It's a little off-centered. As you can see, it's a little too high there. Snagged this from the bookstore and snuck it in here. This was in another book that my wife picked up, so I grabbed it. And nice prayer on the back of that. Indian River County is where I live, so that's native to this area. And one of the things you'll see in this beautiful treasure are these bookmarks and different, what are these called? Yarns that are marking various areas. And one of the things I thought was that with the areas it's marking, perhaps this was a person that belonged to either a very liturgical church or a minister. But when I looked, at the inscription, it was given to a person. Doesn't look like a minister, but Presbyterian church is quite liturgical. But some of these sections I would think would be appropriate for somebody who did funerals. But I don't think this is a minister. But nevertheless, lots of love in this Bible. Here's a card. I haven't read this card yet. Like I said, I went through this for the first time a couple minutes ago before the stupid camera screwed up. So I'm going to have to read this. I'm going to keep this here for privacy reasons, but you have that beautiful 1960 calligraphy with these little yellow and blue accents. Just love that. And there's so many unique things to this RSV that I don't have in any other RSV that just gets me really, really excited. Okay, all right. So color pictures are a part of this Bible, as you can see. Just a wonderful 1960s throwback. Melton Book Company, Dallas, Texas. If you all know anything about it, let me know. I couldn't find any copyright date for this specific printing. It gives the copyright dates of the regular RSV, but nothing really to say when this specific block and publisher came out with this book, including the helps in the back, which you're going to be excited to see because it's pretty incredible. So no particular date on this one. I just know that the text block is basically the same as a Nelson or a Cokesbury published. So I'm assuming the RSV came out with the text blocks and different publishers added their various study helps. As you can see, double column, usual RSV fare with the drop-down font here. Beautiful drawing for those particular italic letters at the beginning of each book, which I really love about the RSV. And whenever I use my other RSVs, my Nelson or my Cokesbury's, they also have those fancy calligraphy. Let's see here. If we go to Exodus, you'll see the drop down here. Just lovely. So I'm used to seeing that. That's not unusual. But what makes this Bible such a treasure, as I mentioned, are all of these different bookmarks. So let's just go through the bookmarks and see what this lady marked up. Color pictures within text. Okay, we have Exodus 20 with the 10 Commandments. All right, so we have the 10 Commandments there. That's the first one. All right, let's see here. The second one, I believe, is going to be in the Psalms. Psalm 23, as you can see, nice and highlighted, very well used. Probably used this Bible in our prayers. Psalm 121, a song of ascents. Probably very important to this person. Like I said, this book is very loved. There are different things, like these treasures that are just so great. All right, next bookmark is a handmade, you're going to love this, a handmade bookmark, probably from VBS or some kind of Sunday school class. It's an adjustable. It's made out of construction paper and stickers, but it is adjustable. So you can slide it if you have different size Bibles. And this mother or grandmother apparently was gifted with this, I'm assuming from a child or grandchild, or perhaps the child herself maybe. Maybe as a middle schooler, this is hers, but it does separate the New Testament from the Old to keep those two separate. And I just love, love, love that touch. Usual, this is your standard construction paper, but just love how much personality this Bible has with this love, and why somebody would give this up, I don't know. And like I said, we just got it at the used bookstore, and I'm not sure the history is and how it made its way to here in Florida. Beatitudes is the next little bookmark, Matthew 5, 1 through 12, which is right here. So that was important to this person. The next bookmark is another handmade bookmark, very much like the other one. Has sticker of Jesus here. It's raised, textured. And this is Mark 8, so I'm not sure why Mark 8. It's actually covering a few pages, Mark 8 to Mark 12. But again, very, very nice. This one didn't hold up as well as the other one, but that's okay. All right, nice color picture. Okay, next, I want to keep saying ribbon, but that's more of a yarn thing. Okay, the next one is John 3. Let's see, there's one for John 3:16. There's one right there, John 3:16. Then the next page is John 4, looks like 4:24 there. Okay. Next one is John 19 and 20, the crucifixion. So you have your Easter story there marked out with a piece of yarn. There we go, I kept saying ribbon. Beautiful. Text block, good shape, nice sewn binding. And this one is Revelation 22. I was really interested as to why this person would mark Revelation 22. One, it's at the end of the Bible, so it's easy to find, but what is important about this other than the hope of eternal life in Revelation 21 and 22? But this is where the RSV gets interesting. We have Bible Study Helps. This is the Nelson's publisher right here, 1962, Nelson and Sons. So this is a Nelson's edition to this text block. Again, I don't know what Melton is, the publisher, Melton from Dallas, Texas, but these study helps, which I am used to seeing in a King James version, I am not used to seeing in an RSV. Now, the concordance, there's an abridged concordance from the RSV. I do have Bibles with that. There is a dictionary, Bible dictionary. There's maps. Let's see, this is the Bible dictionary, and I do have RSVs with this illustrated Bible dictionary, which I love. I love the fact that I love the illustrations. I love the Bible dictionary. You can have a Bible like this and spend your whole life just reading it in church and going to the back. If the pastor or preacher says something that you don't know and you're wondering in the sermon, or if there's something in the text, you just go to the back. You have this beautiful, gorgeous illustrated dictionary. and look it up. Even like, hey, you know, the pastor's preaching out of Galatia today, the Galatians. Well, what's Galatia? It just tells you simply where it is, and the Galatians here, and you can read up on it while the pastor's preaching, and just love that. But the study helps I'm not used to seeing in an RSV. In fact, I'm not sure if I have any Revised Standard Versions with these study helps. I know I have a few others. The Bible and its translation. Okay, original languages, history of the chapter division. All right, origin of the verse divisions, words in italics, the many versions of the Bible. What is the Bible? Okay, it gives this list right here of all of the books of the Bible, the prophets, history, poetry, major prophets, minor prophets, the writings, the law, and then New Testament. You have history, Gospels, Paul's epistles, general epistles, Revelation, under the Apocalypse. All right, so that's pretty neat. I like that. I look forward to reading that. I have a timeline here of all the kings. Again, not really familiar with this specific study help within this particular RSV. Again, I'm used to seeing these in the King James versions of old, but not the RSVs. I got to go back in my RSV library and look. Parables and Miracles of Jesus, the Harmony of the Four Gospels. Now, I have seen these before. And then the dictionary as mentioned. We have a Bible reading in a year. I do like that. That's pretty neat. Consecutive daily Bible reading, a plan for reading the entire Bible in 1 year. And I think that's really cool. And then this beautiful dictionary. So between the study helps and all of this cool stuff, so you have about that much in study helps. So that's pretty awesome, I think. There's some personal information on the back, so I had to cover that and edit, do some fancy editing. Nothing else fancy in the back other than some personal information, including a phone number, and just this beautiful red treasure box of a Bible. Privacy Banana's on the front doing his job. Wonderful red, just like a red Corvette. I look forward to bringing this to church and using it. What I do is whenever I find a nice RSV, I clear up my other RSVs and either give them away or sometimes send them off to people who want them. But this is just so nice. Love this personalized use. You know, this Bible has been loved, and one of the things we love here on the YouTube universe of Bible reviewers or used store or thrift store Bible reviewers is a beloved Bible, and this one has certainly been beloved. I hope that you like, subscribe, and thank you for joining me. If you're as big into RSVs and NRSVs as I am, you're welcome here, and invite you to check out other videos on our RSVs, but this one is just a beauty. Hope you enjoyed it. What a treasure hunt. I feel like a pirate with an amazing find.